Hello and welcome to the Dungeon of Despair. This is a map I created in Trenchbroom using the Quake engine. This is a level based on the theme of an underground dungeon that's aging and chipping away. So if you could see with all these textures, they're like old and broken pillars here with skulls and cracks on them to kind of show like this place is run down and old and like just an overall like kind of adding to like a scary feeling to it as well. So here is the pillar room. You got little pits of lava here that players will have to traverse through. The jump to get across to get some ammo pickups. Weapons will have red light on top of them to kind of like highlight their importance and kind of attract the player towards the weapon so that they could grab it. These pillars can also serve as a means of cover, so whenever they'll see a player coming through, they could hide behind the pillar and jump into attack. Of course, there's plenty of health pickups around just in case they get hurt. This is another room I call the Pendulum Torture Room due to these little pendulum axes that are placed here. You have a little table with a little person on top of it, as well as spikes and these chains on the walls. There's plenty of pickups around the corners that people could use as cover. And the props can also be used as cover as well. Here we got a higher level here with some stairs that lead upwards to some more goodies, as well as a weapon here. And just in case some player wants to stick here and wants to camp, there will always be like another option for other players to come through and attack them, whether it's the stairs or this pathway or the teleporter over there. Here in this room, it's pretty simple, but players have to traverse through some spikes, so they have to wind their way over and be careful where they walk. If they meet a player, sometimes they'll want to move around and might accidentally fall into the lava. Here is the cell block room, due to these little cages and cells that are placed around the area. Players can use this top area here to shoot down on enemies, but the cell blocks can help provide some cover just in case. Here we got another important weapon that players might want to use. And if you can see, sometimes some of the architecture is chipped away to show that this place is breaking apart. And a lot of the textures look old and rusted and used. So players can use these cell blocks in order to go through and get some goodies that are inside. You can use it as cover. But it's also not to be used as a place to camp because there's other pathways that lead into it, so players won't have to be trapped in there. Here we have a portal in this side of a pathway. This leads upwards into the spiral pillar room to help players get into a more higher level and see that there's actually a rocket launcher here. I did this because in my other iteration, my players couldn't figure out where the rocket launcher was. So maybe if I gave them like easy access to a portal, they'll be able to find it quicker. But of course it could be challenging trying to get down because then other people want to compete. You might accidentally fall into lava or hurt yourself from falling down from a high height. And just in case people wanted to like camp around here, there's like this winding pathway here, which players can run around and chase each other. Here's another portal, it leads to the other direction. Just in case someone else wants to camp, they can shoot from afar from here. They could jump from the pillars as well, or just use the spiral staircase to get here. Just a lot of options to provide for the players. And this last room here I called like the ceiling cage room due to 2 ceiling cages up here, as well as another one that's brought down into this higher level. Contains some armor. Players could go around and hide under some of these objects and props. They could also go around, rush up, find a weapon, and use the position to shoot down whenever they see someone. They may also use like the ceiling here. Of course, they also have to be careful because this is quite an open area and lots of players get to jump on them from behind or anywhere else. And so, yeah, every area has its own like kind of unique textures in order to like highlight that these have different purposes and different items and props. So every room has its own theme to help players understand where they are, how to navigate throughout the map. But they also have some similar textures, so it's not too contrast or complex that they'll get confused. So I like to use the same floors or ceilings, or even some for like these higher level blocks here. So all in all, that's my map. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to go check it out in my GitHub repository so you can play it. Thank you.